So, the new Assassin's Creed title, Assassin's Creed Shadow, set in Japan with the protagonist Yasuke, no last name as far as I know, and also a Japanese woman who will be his the second protagonist of the game. Let's be honest, nobody really cares about her. All of the drama has been around Yasuke, so that's who everybody knows about, and is already making the rounds with the hype phase having started. We see a lot of corporate content creators who are very excited about the game, making a lot of very positive posts about it, claiming that the game is going to be the best ever made, and showing technology that we've had for 13 years at this point. Bamboo cutting, I'm sure if you've been on Twitter, you've seen it. This little video of Yasuke making a perfect horizontal cut and cutting some bamboo. And people are saying this is nothing new. We've had this for over a decade at this point. But that's not why people are upset with the game. People are upset with the game because of Ubisoft's continuous lack of awareness regarding people's opinion of the decisions that were made for the story of the game, not just with Yasuke, but with certain set pieces that are protected cultural monuments that are not to be placed in video games or any other media product. But with all of this criticism, you don't see any of these points being made by the corporate content creators. And why is that? Well, because Ubisoft, being an extremely powerful and influential company, has now taken to directly attacking the hit points of content creators that challenge them. Apparently, there have been instances of content creators that, due to negative reviews of Assassin's Creed Shadows, have had their channels bombarded with reports and attempts to shut them down permanently. Now, I did try to search for the original video, however, no such original video was found, at least I wasn't able to. So, apparently, our boy Asmongold, Lord of the Bold, has encountered this video, and it is in the later parts of the video, and so, because of this, we are going to watch Voldemort himself react.
My video about protesting Assassin's Creed Shadows is under reporting attack. Every time the video is back, after a few minutes, it gets removed. So we hate this game. And this is a video, obviously, that this person did. And it's been taken.
This is a Japanese content creator.
Down, it's been put back up, and it's been taken down again. This is his video that he did about it. My Assassin's Creed Shadows video was removed.
By the way, I am curious. This was 30 minutes ago. Already his subscriber count has increased by close to 1,000 people. Pretty good, pretty good. Good to see.
This is his video that he did about it. My Assassin's Creed Shadows video was removed.
It's Sunday morning, and I'm a bit emotional. Calm down. So Sunday morning, it's not sunny, little cloud, but I'm having a good day, and
that's good. It's good. It's good to be having good days.
I'm trying to take a bath, and I'm getting ready for bath.
All right.
Kind of cringe. Kind of cringe. What kind of a real gamer showers?
And relax. And I was gonna work on next video about 10 things I don't like Japan. I suddenly got this.
Okay.
My video was removed.
Why?
Because of speech.
What was he saying in the video that was hate speech?
Where?
Hate speech.
Where was it?
We will be able to see the video. Okay? We'll be able to see it. We'll be able to decide whether or not it was hate speech.
Because you didn't like the
When
game?
did I say anything bad? I really don't understand. Yes, I talked about Asian right. But instead of me saying something hate, I got a lot of hate comments though. But
Of course.
I kept them all and I just let my video goes. If you've been watching my channel, you can tell I have many variations, right?
Right.
I have gameplay talking about Japanese culture and debunking Japanese tourist tip.
It seems to be a very American focused channel, or American centric channel focused on Japan. All right.
And also some video essay. And also about protesting Ubisoft. Most
Disliking
of
a
all
game is
video,
hate speech,
I'm
yeah.
speaking from my heart. Like I don't say
That just means that you've got hatred in your heart. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Let's continue.
bullshit, but I'll care about how I say it. But what I'm saying, all message are from my heart, even
Right.
with gameplay. I'm so proud of it, and I take responsibility of what I said. And also, I do my best to entertain people and also be myself.
Right.
But when it comes to Assassin's Creed Shadow game, I do this because I thought I need to do.
I definitely understand why Japanese creators are going out of their way to say, hey, this is a bad game. If you care about Japanese culture at all, please do not buy this game. Please do not support this. Because of all of the history behind the game with the fucking sword replica, which is actually from One Piece, the hip hop behind Yasuke's theme song, or battle theme, whatever you want to call it, the presence of certain monuments, just the historical inaccuracies, all of this stuff, just very very insensitive stuff in the creation of this video game.
Not because of my channel, not because of something, but because of I think it's right to do. And to be honest, I started feeling
How the fuck does this game have this much content? I feel like there's been more content for this game on YouTube before it released than the game's gonna have when it comes out.
Oh yeah, definitely. The game's going to be dead on launch because it just doesn't look that good. It's going to be the same thing as Veilguard, right? People are talking about how people were talking about how, oh my god, this is such bad writing in these cutscenes, and they said, oh, there's going to be better writing in other cutscenes, and then there wasn't, and it's going to be so good, it's good, and then it wasn't. It just sucked, and so nobody talked about it on launch. All the creators who focus on BioWare content just completely unable to make profit off of the game because it was just a trash game that nobody really gave a shit about.
my channel want to be more like a comedy because I laugh a lot and also I really want to be a comedian in Japan. Actually, I tried, but it's another story. Again, when it comes to
So this YouTuber is literally just a failed comedian. That's kind of fucked up to say, but it's funny.
this, it's more about like an Asian right that often dismissed. And also, I've been feeling sad about seeing all the Japanese voices and comments are seen as fake.
Well, yeah, because they can just make that claim and move on because they have a Western audience, right?
And always dismissed. And I decided to make these kind of videos, but I don't know what to say. It's just shocked because I really care about the word I used. I really don't understand this.
Yeah.
But anyone who watched
So he's
my,
just surprised.
I hope it's come back, and then give me a lot of good supports comments. It gave me a lot of,
It's also like, I mean, if his video's getting taken down and there's no actual like indication of like what he did wrong, how can he fix the video?
That's a very good point. I think that if YouTube is going to say, hey, you committed this, and this like error or crime according to the TOS or whatever, right? You did this, and this wrong. Where, right? You need to show it. You need to show what you're mad about. Because if I thought it was fine, I'm still gonna think it's fine, right? If you don't say, hey, you did this, and this wrong in this, and this point, change this, and this, right? How are people supposed to fix it, right? If you just say, hey, we don't like this video, we don't want this video up, that's a completely different story. Do that, like, say it. Just say it. Because if you don't say it, then that's what it's going to feel like, and it's just going to feel like corruption.
Because usually they give you a timestamp when you did something that's against the rules. So it's like, oh, okay, I said this thing like at 8 minutes and 33 seconds into the video. That's why I'm getting taken off.
Yeah.
Let me watch the video. Well, let me look at this first.
Support, and it's really meaningful because I believe even my channel is still small. If I make some voice, it can change. Even like it's like a butterfly effect. Even I do something right things, I believe it's gonna change the world.
Right.
That's
I absolutely think each of us has the ability to change the world, at least the world around us, to a small degree, just by, putting out our ideas and influencing the people around us. So yeah, he's got a good head on his shoulders, seems like.
I'm really saying this. That's my one of motivation. Even like small butterfly effect, it will change. So
sure.
in my channel, I'll keep saying what I need to say and what I want to say. And yeah, thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. If you're watching this in a Sunday morning, you have a great Sunday. And if you're watching this later, whenever you are,
Okay.
whoever
So,
you are,
let's watch
wherever
the
you are,
actual video.
You have
then.
a great day. Bye.
Seems like a pretty nice guy. Let's see what an actual Japanese person has to say about Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Yeah.
Why was this video so problematic that it had to get shut down 8 times? That's a pretty good question, I'd say.
In America, as a Japanese, I do understand the idea of Asian. I do understand how we are seen and how invisible.
I mean, in America, Asians are, and this is very much something that has been talked about at length, especially by more liberal people, how Asians are basically white light, if that makes sense. Like, you're basically white because, oh, you're successful, oh, you're, this, you're that, you have all of these qualities that we have ascribed a negative value to, and we have ascribed the value of being a white person's characteristic. And because Asians kind of have a lot of these as well, they like to dress well, they like to have not like, but they tend to dress well, they tend to work really hard, so they get these really good positions. And this is a stereotype, of course. We're talking about a stereotype here. We're talking generalization, not like individuals. And so because of that, a lot of liberals, a lot of people who are very woke, very much treat Asians as if they are faux white people.
We are. But you know what? I won't shut up. Every time I post about the Assassin's Creed Shadow video game, I always get hate comments like calling me racist. And some
The
people
majority of Japanese people are culturally racist and xenophobic. Here's the living proof of it.
I think that if you say the majority of X and then you say something bad, you're the xenophobe. Especially if you have no backing for it, and especially if the person is kind of just talking about how his culture is being not boycotted, but usurped by a Western entity. I think that the only person being xenophobic here, actually, no, I wouldn't even say xenophobic. I think this is just cultural appropriation. Like, this is actual cultural appropriation. They are taking a part of somebody else's culture that is not their own. They are doing it from a place of ignorance and in order to profit off of it. Yeah, no, this is cultural appropriation to the maximum. This person's an idiot.
So you're just gonna like bully them
Yes.
and like tell them like, oh, you're racist, you have to like this?
Yes, that's exactly what they're doing.
So the
It's fascism. It is fascism. And hey, before anybody gets mad at me for using that word, characterized dictator, centralized autocracy. Yeah. All of these are things. Yeah. Forcible suppression of opposition, natural social hierarchy, subordination of individual interests for the perceived good of nation or race. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's bring that back up here.
Xenophobe.
Yeah, see, let me move myself up here so you can read it fully. Majority of Japanese are culturally racist and xenophobic. Here's the living proof of it. Racist and xenophobic is being used here as a bludgeon to shut him up so that he doesn't say what he wants to say, so that he can't share his opinion. Suppression of opposition. This guy's a racist and a xenophobe, so you don't need to listen to him. Natural social hierarchy. Japanese people, faux white people, for all intents and purposes. Therefore, they are lower on the social hierarchy, and therefore you can beat them up with the suppression of opposition and then subordination of individual interests. What you want doesn't matter, because what we're doing is for the greater good, and so you need to shut up and take it. They're fascists. The idea that it's a far right ideal is far right and far left are damn near indistinguishable.
Here's the living proof of it. So the reason why that works really well on white people is because we had this big slavery thing, right?
American white people.
It's kind of an L. And
because, see, European white people, we all suffered that shit. We suffered it for longer, and we suffered it harder, too. We had much worse slavery all over Europe than blacks in America did. Like, y'all got slavery light, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the word slavery comes from Slav, right? So the very idea that all white people have this over their head is dumb. It's an American thing. And Ubisoft shouldn't even be raising this issue because they're French.
Other cultures aren't,
and honestly, they are part of the reason why everybody hates the French.
going to have that same outlook on it.
Yeah.
Like there's not. Like it that's it. And by the way, of course, everybody had slavery back then. Like this is.
Yeah, Americans just had like the lightest slavery and were amongst the first to say that it was a bad thing. Amongst the first. They weren't the first. I know the French were amongst the ones who fought the hardest to end it in the Western world, but I'm unsure who were the actual first people in the West to abolish slavery. I think the actual first people to abolish slavery was one of the Arab nations, but I think that later they reinstated it or something. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up.
It doesn't work on everybody.
All Japanese are racist. And
yeah,
why you care about the historical accuracy or blah, blah, blah?
It's meant to have fun, and that's it. If you want to learn real history, go to the library, and you should go back to school or apply to college. Yeah, maybe you should do that. The problem is that Assassin's Creed has always attempted to go for some level of historical accuracy and claimed to have historical relevance and cultural relevance. And in fact, they did try for that multiple times. They said, oh yeah, we talked to historians, we talked to this people and that people to make sure that this was as historically accurate as possible. And when you do that, you are claiming something. You are claiming that what is in your game is realistic, is real, is period appropriate. And when it isn't, you should be criticized. And when you respond with, shut up, weirdo, you should be criticized, and you should be boycotted, and you should suffer the consequences of your pride.
Video game, it's meant to have fun, and that's it. If you want to learn real history, go to the library.
And you should learn some real grammar in, school.
Well, if you want to learn real history, I mean, they were the ones that were saying that it was historically accurate in some cases, right? I mean, then you should say that to Ubisoft, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, you don't like that because of Black Samurai? Really?
He wasn't a samurai. He was essentially a squire.
You really don't see the disgracing for Asian people and Japanese culture in this again?
If they... man. 99% of this drama would have gone away, and maybe not 99%. 90% of this drama would have gone away if they had come out and said, well, we don't really know that much about Yasuke. We know that he might have been a samurai, he might have just been an attendant. So because we don't know that much, we just know that he was a warrior in Japan who was of African descent, and we thought that that was an interesting premise. But because we don't have much information, we kind of had to go our own way, and this is a purely fictional story based on a person that we know existed, but we don't know much about. Wow. We're not trying to be historically accurate. Wow. Except the problem is, they only said that as a defense when people started pointing out that, hey, all of the things that we've seen so far are fake. You have this symbol of this family in your game, and you don't have their permission to use it. You have this this symbol of our culture, and you don't have permission to use it. Why are you doing this? You shouldn't have this. Take this out of the game. And they're refusing to. And instead of acknowledging, hey, guys, we're sorry, my bad. No, they're making like stealth changes. They're changing the date of release of the game, and then they set it to the anniversary of a massacre that happened in Japan by a black man. Seriously? That's what we're doing. That was accidental. You want us to believe that? And then they changed it again without saying anything. It's like it is ridiculous, right? The sheer amount of culturally insensitive moves that Ubisoft has pulled with this, it's ridiculous that anybody's still defending them and defending this game. Completely
And
ridiculous.
we have Afro Samurai. There's no
Afro Samurai's
backlash. And yes, there's a historical inaccuracy.
I fucking love Afro Samurai. Like, man. Apparently there's like a really old game, but I've been searching for it. I might just have to get a ROM of it and play it like on an emulator because I just can't find the game.
But what we care is that respect. How can you say
just respect the culture, but they aren't.
they can teach history of Japan doing
Yeah,
this?
see, this is about learning about the time period. This is the reason why Ubisoft fucked up, and this is how they fucked up.
Yeah.
Is that they made an appeal to their authority, and it turned out that their authority was wrong. So, like, if they said, yeah, so, like, we're going to do this game where it's, like, this black guy in Japan, and he's got, like, a sword, and, like...
Yeah, it's just Assassin's Creed in Japan. We thought that the story of Yasuke was interesting because he was an African man, and we think that we can do some very interesting storylines with that, and so we went with it. It's not meant to be historically accurate because Assassin's Creed hasn't been historically accurate since Black Flag. And then we move on from there. And then people go, okay, I guess. And yeah, that's true. Like, there's fucking outright magic in Odyssey and Origins and all these other games. It's like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it's like a legend. Like, maybe it happened, maybe it didn't, but we think it'd be cool. Everybody would be like, okay.
Yeah, nobody would care.
Yeah, all right. And yeah, you'd have some people, that's DEI, there's no black people. But
yeah,
for the most part, I think people wouldn't really...
But here's the thing, right? Because if they had done that, and it's like, maybe it's a legend, maybe it's not, we just think it's cool and we think we can write an interesting story with that, then the people going, DI, you know, there was no black people, and like, people will go, no, Yasuke was a real person. And they are saying that they are basing it off what little we know of Yasuke, which is that he was 10 times stronger than anybody else there, which is almost certainly an exaggeration, right? But it would be badass if they just gave him super strength for no reason, right? It'd be pretty sick. If they just went full fantasy and it's like, yeah, Yasuke is just this fucking Hulk that's walking around flipping tables, ripping people in half, doing all that shit, that'd be badass. But no, they actively wanted to go the historically accurate route, and that's a problem.
Give a shit. The problem is that they took this moral, intellectual high ground, and then people found out they were standing on sand.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Piss. They were standing on piss. And then they tried to take a bucket and grab all that piss and throw it on Japanese culture with the following moves that they pulled.
Kind of stupid things. Joe Raptor. I don't know how to pronounce. And I'm not sure if he likes Japan or he knows this controversy. I'm sure he knows. But pretending not knowing or he works for Ubisoft, I hope he watches this video.
Oh, I mean, he absolutely is he's absolutely a corporate content creator. Like, just looking at his channel, he's a corporate
because he looks
creator.
like using Japanese armor, right? There's a lot of people like this. Oh my god, like a lot of hate comments towards the Japanese. On my channel, like saying
best RPGs, open world, and single player games. This strikes me as a content creator who is very corporate.
Japanese are racist. They use anime for icon. What does it
That is kind of funny. It's like Japan is one of the most racist countries. Anime icon. Anime icon. Anime icon.
It is kind of crazy for you to be using a person's culture and then simultaneously degrading them.
Cultural appropriation,
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, I can see that for sure. It's a little annoying.
Yeah. It's
or
disrespectful.
Pokemon? And Japanese really don't like this game. Always, all trailers. Dislike is higher than likes. Today I wanna
For Ubisoft, that's actually a pretty good ratio.
Yeah, fair
check
enough.
gameplay.
Not wrong.
It's a freaking 3 hours. This armor looks ugly.
Yeah,
Ugly as hell.
Why does he have the symbol of the Crusades on his chest? Unless that's a Japanese symbol too, but I mean, doesn't look like it. That just looks like the Crusader cross.
There's a lot going on here.
I mean, yes, that's a lot of things going on for sure.
Yeah. Like that.
Oh, he changed to Naue?
Oh, okay. Now
Drop it
Naue.
in the
That's
chat.
her name.
Look
I
how
guess.
fast she is.
Fast.
That's the sales point. Naue run fast. Good to know. That's pretty sad. Like this guy's promoting
See
shadows.
like what they are. Grab it, put it away.
Japanese ladies are not wearing shoes. And the Yasuke wearing gold.
I don't mind that.
One of a
That's a cosmetic, right? It's a shitty cosmetic, and I think that the cosmetics in Assassin's Creed games have been shit for years. But yeah,
kind.
You
Wait,
see, like, they didn't know how to have shoes back then. Yeah, they didn't have any money. That's what it was. It was
is
so out
this
of
game
place.
really
Yeah.
coming out in 2 months later?
Yeah.
Or 1 month?
Yeah,
yeah.
it is.
I'll be honest. This game looks like. You know what this game looks like? This game looks like Gothic 1, with like better graphics.
I am honored.
Looks underdeveloped.
Okay.
Still.
Honored that you-
Yeah, this game is really ugly. Look at
Like seriously, if you've seen footage of the Gothic remake, it looks better. Like I can literally just one second. I'm literally just gonna bring up a couple gifs of the Gothic remake. Let me put this away so I don't. I'm just gonna show a couple gifs, like. Yeah. And for context, Alchemia, which are the people making the game, they're a small studio. They're new. They're from Spain too, which is actually pretty sick. But it's like a new studio is making this, is actually showing that they give a shit about the product that they're making. And meanwhile, Ubisoft can't even get one of their lead franchises to look half decent.
Sakura tree. It's like a fantasy wall.
I mean, that tree looks like a piece of shit. I'll
Yes.
tell you that.
And like you know, this is AI. Fuck that. You know, this is a Sakura tree, right? That looks like dog shit.
That's a Timu tree.
Yeah, that looks like dog shit.
I mean, I can't even. She's bowing. I have
Why
I've seen
she's
way
bowing?
better trees than that.
What?
This looks like PUBG on lowest settings.
And let's see if we can like.
But people doesn't bow to Naue, right?
Yeah, made
Even
this
she has
of the
katana.
ones that you can then get it.
Oh, and I'll be honest. I'm just looking at it, right? I'm just looking at it. The game is
People doesn't bow to Naue, right?
this reminds me of all of the like old shitty RPGs like Two Worlds, Gothic 3, the running, the graphics,
Yeah,
the
maybe.
Even
the,
she
the
has
friend
katana.
like
That
eh.
you can then get it. Drops earlier.
Why?
This game for $70 I think Actually, no, it's like 100 something for the full game. More, probably. Whatever. Because of microtransactions. This looks unplayable for that price.
Is that bug or it's really fast?
So
It looks like
they don't bow. Okay.
a bug for some reasons. I said in a previous video, but why all of them has such a narrow forehead? Is that Japanese face?
I think it's I can write that off. It's just like, you know, it's just the face models. Like, yeah.
Narrow forehead. I don't know why. It looks like a old. It looks like old Chinese, like a Chinese philosopher or something. Narrow
That's kind of funny.
forehead.
I mean, he's right. I mean, if you ask me who is that, I'd say Confucius. He's right. Yeah.
Narrow forehead. Yeah, this mustache. It's like a Chinese philosopher.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll be honest. I don't want to keep watching this because this game is just dog shit. This game's gonna be dog shit. I'm just gonna skip to the you know what? No. I honestly, I'll be honest, guys. I'm gonna leave Asmongold's video in the description. Overall, I think I've talked enough about this. I've got no fucking interest in talking about Assassin's Creed Shadow. I think it's an incredibly racist take on Japanese history. I think there's a bunch of much better takes on the history. You've got Ghost of Tsushima. You're going to have Ghost of Yotai as well. You're going to have all these awesome takes on the same history that we already know are good, that we already know are respectful. And then you've got Assassin's Creed Shadows, which we already know is going to suck, which we already know is going to be disrespectful. So why the hell would anybody ever play Assassin's Creed Shadows when it's going to be way more expensive? Like, you go on Steam right now, and you go to the page of Ghost of Tsushima, and you go, oh, hey, look at that, $60. And then you wishlist it, and it'll let you know when it's cheaper. And then you get that game when it's cheaper, and you'll be so much better served, and you'll be so much happier because it's such a better game, and you can just move on with your life and stop giving money to garbage companies like fucking Ubisoft. Why the fuck would you want to give your money to Ubisoft? I swear to God, Anyway, I'll see you next time. Leave a like if you agree. Leave a dislike if you're a corporate shill. Leave a comment letting me know that I'm stupid for not wanting to like the racist video game, because it is a racist video game. It is an unapologetically cultural appropriation video game. That's all it is, and I'm not going to pretend it's anything different. But I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one, or else have a wonderful Sunday, even though this is going up on a Tuesday, and cheers.